One thing you saw in the last demo was that when we navigated from the My Teams page to the Tournaments page, a back button automatically appeared on the Tournaments page. Let's see that again. I click Find a Tournament, and we see a back button here. We can click it. We go back to the My Teams page, which of course does not have a back button because that was our root page. The rule is that if a page has an Ion navbar element, a back button will automatically appear if it's not the root page. To illustrate this, let's completely reverse the order of these pages to see this in action. The first thing I'm going to do is go to the app.ts page, and I'm going to add an import for the Tournaments page here. Then I'm going to change the root page. Instead of being My Teams page, let's make the root page that Tournaments page. Let's now go to the Tournaments page. Let's add a button similar to what we did previously on the My Teams page. So we need a click handler here. And we'll just call this navigate. So to the tournaments page.ts, let's add that navigate method. And we've already injected a nav controller here, but we need to navigate to the My Teams page, so let's add an import for it. And we can simply come down to the navigate and say this.nav.push My Teams page. So let's remember what we did here. We went to the app.ts and we changed the root page to be Tournaments page instead of My Teams page. We also added a button to the Tournaments page, which navigated directly to the My Teams page. Let's see the app again. So we can see here is the app has refreshed, and instead of My Teams being the root homepage, now the Tournaments page is the root homepage. And we have this button, go to My Teams, and you'll notice that the Tournaments page no longer has a back button. That's because it's now the root page. We click Go to My Teams. Now we go to the My Teams page, and you can see this one does now have a back button, and we can navigate back to the Tournaments page. So this is just an example to illustrate that the back button isn't hard-coded in the navbar. It's going to appear automatically on a navbar if it's not the root page. So let's just change everything back to normal because we actually do want the My Teams page to be the home page. So we're going to come back here to the app.ts. Let's make the My Teams page the root page once again. And now I'm going to go to the Tournaments page. And instead of go to My Teams, I'm going to change the text here to back. And then in the Tournaments page, we see the navigate method here. What I'm going to do instead of nav.push is I'm going to manually go backwards by calling the pop method. Now let's run the app again. We can see that My Teams page is now the first page, as it should be. I'll click Find a Tournament. Now we know we can use the back button up here, which automatically gets added, but instead let's click this back button to where we manually said this.nav.pop. We're going to click back, and sure enough, that pops page off the stack, and we're back to the previous page, which is the My Teams page. So as you can see, the back button is pretty automatic in the Ionic 2 framework. If you have a navbar on the page, the back button will automatically appear if it's not the root page. But in addition to that, you can always manually navigate backwards by calling the pop method directly.